Hello and welcome to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Leslie, with All Things Couture, and I am joined here with my lovely co-host.
Hey, great big world out there. How you doing? It's Shavana, you're a financial femme. Happy Saturday.
Hey guys, happy Saturday. It's Sharon Locked, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle.
How we feeling this beautiful Saturday?
I'm sad.
You're sad? Well, you got to go. We kicking her out the studio.
Are you referring to Angie Stone's demise?
No, it's not going to be any more cold weather, and this hot stuff is coming.
Oh yeah, we got it. She got
No,
go.
girl, we got a while for that cold weather.
Like,
We got a while. It'll
I
be
need
here.
some more snow. I need like another pretend blizzard. Like, I just need some more coldness.
You know, you can always move to Antarctica
I'm trying. I'm so trying. I swear.
live out your polar bear life. Because, ma'am, I'm ready for the sun. I'm ready to come out of hibernation.
You know, you can always go to Arizona or Florida for that.
I already was planning on moving south, and I started a radio show. Have you guys heard of it?
Right, the
called?
Super Business Women Show.
Yeah,
but you
you
know
know.
that you can do that online or
No,
That would
we
be
like
so
her
unfair.
energy, her presence, the glow. We need her here.
Record label, things like that. So I just have some things that's just tugging me to stay in Chicago. So
I
I
get it. Me
haven't
too.
left quite yet.
It's okay. I haven't left yet either.
But I am still planning on doing that. And thankfully, I've gotten some great information from my co-host, and my home will actually be an investment property soon. So that's what I've been working on. Excited about that.
That's what's up. I love it.
So we do have an exciting show today. We have two incredible guests. We do have the national recording rap artist and entertainer Taco joining us shortly, as well as a life coach, credit expert, and licensed life insurance agent, Zodrey Pickens.
That's correct.
I got all that down.
You did. You did.
I didn't write that down, guys.
And you
That
didn't
was,
stutter. Like, you was on point with that. Have you been practicing?
because I think because I do the reel, and because I type it up so many times that it has to become embedded at some point into my brain.
Yes, I understand. Hi, Professor Bo. How
So,
are you?
and speaking of our guest Taco, he had an amazing show last night.
And didn't bring no tacos today. I had a whole conversation with this man a few minutes ago.
Well, I saw clips last night.
I seen you looking at my
it
live.
was energy. Yes, it was lit.
I know Char was like, "What is she doing in this middle of this rap concert?"
Well, let me tell you, it was Friday.
That's my
and
element.
I was just like, oh my God, I was struggling. But every time you get up to take a break or use the restroom, hop to use the restroom because, I broke my toes.
Yeah.
Hop to use the restroom. I check social media and I'm like, where's she at?
You were having a good time.
We
Like,
were at Reggie Chicago. Yes, I did not move around much, so I seen a lot of people that I know in the industry, but I did not. And then I missed a whole lot of people, and I'm probably not the tallest person in rooms. I'll admit.
it's okay. It's okay, but you
I'll
got
admit.
some great footage.
But I had a good spot right in the front, and if you know concerts and it's a standing room area, you don't lose your spot. And I was by myself, so I couldn't really come back to
Maneuver,
that.
move
And
around.
yeah, so I wanted a good spot so I could get some good footage, and I did. And I really got to enjoy and really experience the whole entire concert, and it was great. I will admit I dipped out a little early. Not too early, but a little early, because
You
I
were
don't like the
cheating.
rush.
You
Because I
were
don't like the
cheating.
rush of trying to leave out of the door
Yeah.
and then get into my car and stuff. And plus, I was like parked a block away, and I didn't want to be out there really late. So I had a great time. So we are going to be bringing Taco in very shortly, and then we'll get on with it. I think we can go ahead and take a quick music break.
Yeah, and say
And-
hello to all our listeners out there. Get ready to start calling in with those questions at 708-223-8953. You did say something about credit today, right?
Credit?
Credit. One of our guests is going to be talking about credit.
Yeah, Zodrey Pickens. Well, he does a lot of things, and I like that. A lot of our guests are always like very multifaceted. They're like us. They do just a
Wait
lot
till
of.
you hear his resume. He's amazing. He's a really good friend of mine. And we've been friends for a long time. We've done a bunch of projects together. And he's an outstanding, I'm proud of him as a Black man.
I'm sure we're going to get some callers in that because everybody wants to get their credit ready, especially trying to buy property. I know they've been listening to us, telling them don't go buy shoes and purses, invest. So we got him here with it. Then we got some entertainment coming. Like, it's going to be so live today. Like, I'm just super excited.
I'm excited as well.
Yes,
And I do,
yes.
before we go into that break, I do want to mention an event coming up. The Forever Grateful Awards are Saturday, March 15th, 2025 at 1150 North Lamont in Chicago. Am I saying that right, guys? You know I'm not from Chicago.
Lamont, that's correct.
And
West Side.
6 to 7 p.m. is the red carpet. 7 to 11 is the show time. It's hosted by Bo Deal and Jade. Tickets are on sale now for $25. And I just want to let y'all know, your girl CEO Lexi's nominated for 2 awards for that award show. Manager of the Year, Promoter of the Year.
Girl.
I keep getting nominated. I won a couple of awards last year, so that's exciting. And also, Intellectual Radio is nominated for Best Online Radio Station, and our very own Earl Winfrey is nominated for Best Radio Personality. And then Taco is nominated for 3 nominations as well for Best Live Performance, Best Male Artist, and Hottest Drip, which is Best Dressed. So,
Okay.
so that's exciting.
So when was that? You said
March
drip?
15th,
Drip.
Best Drip.
Best drip.
Hottest Drip.
Oh, hottest drip. Okay.
Hottest Drip, which is Best Dressed. So
Okay.
again, that's Saturday, March 15th, 2025. And I'll definitely be in the building after the show.
It?
Take a lot of pictures.
1150 North Lamont in Chicago.
I think we should all support simply because it's intellectual radio. Hey, that's what we're doing here, right? And then you have Earl.
We'll
Yeah.
take a lot of pictures.
And then
for
I
you.
have my nomination. So I'm
you're
very excited about
being
that.
nominated
Yeah,
the
I'm
same
nominated
day.
for 2.
Oh,
so
yeah, we should be there
That's
for
super
sure.
exciting.
Take pictures. I'm sorry, I won't be in attendance.
You know, I absolutely will. I definitely like the award ceremonies. They always give back and acknowledge a lot of the hardworking independent musicians and entertainers out here. And so we are going to go ahead and go into a quick music break, and we will be back shortly on the Super Business Women Show on Intellectual Radio. Stay tuned in.
Think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Not so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me? Realize after all this long. Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Either way, I see a brighter day. By the way, do you think of me when the radio plays all my jams, heavy rotation? And again, do you think of me when you see me in the magazines? Do you think of me and what you could have with me? Do you think of me? Of course you do. None bad as me. Do you think of me? Mic checking, say trapping. Do you think of me and realize you're the reason I'm stressing? Do you think of me? Rewind me again. Learn a lesson. Do you think of me now that I'm running the league? You guessed it when it comes to this ink pen. Some call it gifted. I call it all the above. I've been blessed from the beginning. Do you think of me? Does it to see I'm forever winning? Do you think of me? Got back all the peace, toxic love. To me. Honestly, it's sad to see you never really rock with me. Love is dead, rest in peace. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone.
Hello and welcome back to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi, with All Things Couture. And I'm joined here, of course, with my lovely co-host, the Financial Femme, Shavana M. Jackson, Shara Unlocked, and our special guest, Taco. Welcome to the Super Business Women Show.
What's up? I'm in here. How y'all doing?
And they got no tacos.
Y'all in these tacos. Y'all, I'm
No,
the
it's
guest.
not
Y'all
y'all.
supposed to-
It's not
Right.
y'all.
You're
It's just
supposed to
me.
bring
Y'all was
him
supposed to bring the
tacos.
tacos. I'm the guest.
So no,
I'm a guest,
Taco.
too.
So no. Have you been watching the show? Because all our guests bring us great
Tell him,
gifts.
Shar. Tell him.
I got some stickers for y'all.
Okay, I'll take the stickers.
I got y'all something. You know?
I was the one that received the gift because I was media last night. You guys were in bed rubbing your feet together.
I'm sorry, I was working.
While I was standing on my feet for
Y'all supposed to pull it up last
hours.
night.
I'm sorry, I was working. I didn't stop
You were
working
working
till 2 this
hard,
morning.
and I was working so hard, enjoying a concert.
No,
Such
I
hard
wasn't
work. No, I'm
enjoying no
just
concert. I was crunching numbers.
Well, I broke my toe, Taco. Otherwise, I would have been there. I can't
It's
do
all
the
good.
standing in the crowd.
It's all good. I get it. Understand?
They did have some seating spaces too, though.
Yeah,
but
they did. Yeah.
Reggie's is a really nice place. That was my first time being there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a great
Was
show.
it the jerk place on 22nd?
No. It's a.
Where's that?
It's
Is it
on
or is it? I should
21st
say.
and State.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right. I think that's
Yeah.
next door to.
It's like
whatever that is.
multiple little.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because I was
Yes.
confused when I got there because I was like, which door do I go in? So they have a jerk restaurant too? Or
No,
is
I'm
that
saying
next door?
it's probably next door.
Next
yeah.
Next door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a restaurant, but I think they have food there. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
they had food there. Food good too. Shout
Yeah.
out Reggie.
Yeah, but it's definitely a great venue for entertainment, and they had a
Yeah.
big beautiful stage, professional sound and light, which I love. So
Yeah.
great show. Congratulations on the show, and welcome
Appreciate it.
back to performing.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming, man. I haven't been on stage since September since we did I did that show that you came to.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
really,
then I got on stage probably for like one song after that, but I've been in a dark place for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it was hard to climb out of that. It was a recipe to my mom. Lost her back in
Jesus.
October. So yeah, I just been trying to climb out of that hole. I finally got out of that hole. Now I'm back outside, and so I threw my first concert from being in a dark place, and it was a success for sure.
and I definitely admire you for that, and I want to again send you my condolences on that,
Yeah,
and just tell you how admirable it is as an artist to still be able to. I mean, obviously you took time to grieve, which is important
definitely.
and healthy. But and before this is one of my interview questions, so I guess I can just
Okay.
kind of get into it.
Yeah.
Is there some advice that you would give to artists that would go through that are going to go through that or
situation.
that it's
I
going to
mean-
happen inevitable to all of us
I mean,
at some point?
every person is different, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I just needed to take a break from everything, you know what I'm saying? And just be by myself and have some alone time and collect everything, collect my thoughts and everything I was going through and get back on the scene when the time was right.
That makes sense.
Don't rush back. I say don't rush back for sure. Just take your time with it and it'll come. You'll know when it's time to pop back out.
And you did an amazing. It was a beautiful tribute for your mom.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
The group
Yeah, the remedy.
Remedy,
The remedy. Yeah.
they did a fantastic.
Man, they killed it, man.
performance.
It was crazy because that show was like I feel like one of my favorite shows because all the emotion. It was so many different emotions. We cried, we laughed, we danced, we reggaeton. We was in there doing everything. It was crazy, like so many different emotions. And I feel like that's what real people in. When you're able to have those different experiences at a concert. You never thought you would come to a concert and be crying and be happy and just having all these different experiences you never expected at a concert.
Yeah, it was definitely a full range of emotions because we were
Yeah.
turned up with your openers. You had Mika Bars. I have everybody written down.
Oh
So
yeah,
I don't
go
want
on
to forget
name.
anybody.
No, go on name them.
Yeah, Mika Bars, Romance, Rich Babies, Journey Soul, Rare Breed Entertainment, Hits, Right Way Records, and
Yep.
of course Remedy with the tribute. So we
Yeah,
were.
and hits too. Yeah, you got hits.
I said
Okay,
hits.
okay.
Mhm.
Look at you.
And, yeah,
she on her,
look.
she on her stuff, man. I
On
love that.
it.
I love that about you. You're very, very professional. A lot of interviewers, man. I be looking at them like I be the interviewer. You know what I'm saying? So I be looking at them like, man, you ain't do no homework. You want me to direct the interview? So
You always have to
kudos
do
to you.
your homework out there, media. You always got
Definitely.
to do some homework, and I dig. I dig. So, and sometimes I don't necessarily need it, but it's also important just to get a feel of your interviewee.
Exactly.
And I also do want to give a big salute to. I was going to say shout out. I almost said it like I was going to say a bad word, but I wasn't. To Corey Ether,
Corey Ether
holding down the ones and twos. I
Ones
didn't
and
get to see him.
twos.
He
He
was up
killed
there
it.
hidden the
Yeah,
corner.
he don't like the crowd. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be right there like in front of the crowd, but he like can I go upstairs? I said,
Your last
if you
show,
can DJ from upstairs, go do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
your last show, I seen him because he was like right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, but when I knew, I was like, he's gonna be there, but he was like right, and then I couldn't see him because where I
Yeah.
was standing, and that I was
He
telling the
was
ladies.
ducked off.
Yeah, well, I was telling the ladies, I was like, I had a good spot. And when you got a good spot at a standing room concert,
Yeah.
I'm not moving. It's my spot.
Yeah.
And then you had Levi, the comedian, holding down the hosting.
Yeah, on the hosting. Shout out Levi.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
He is very
Super funny,
entertaining.
man.
He
Super
was
funny.
singing. He
Yeah.
had us laughing. So yeah, we had a full
That's what I'm
range
saying. It's a night full of different, you know.
everywhere.
It was
Because yes, we
crazy.
were turned up, we were laughing, and then we were crying, and then
Yeah.
we were entertained by
Yeah.
Taco. Taco, you put on a phenomenal performance, and I may not say it a lot
Mhm.
in to you
Yeah.
specifically, but in every room that I'm in, when I do speak about independent musicians
Yeah.
that put on great performances, that you
Yeah.
can tell you rehearsed, you can
Yeah.
tell that you put a lot of work into your marketing, you put a lot
Definitely.
of work into everything as a whole, and it shows. You put on a phenomenal performance. So I do want to congratulate you
I
on that,
appreciate that.
and tell all these other independent artists to please be inspired and
Hey,
not
I be
intimidated.
trying to school them, but you know, you can't give too much for free. You know what I'm saying? I'll actually putting together like a small little class or like a little session I have and be able to, you know, get some game away. You know what I'm saying, for a small price.
I heard a little
You know
bit
what I
about
mean?
that the other night. I was
Yeah.
like, I wonder what he's talking
Yeah,
about. So
we putting it together. We putting it together. It'll be done. It's gonna be done this year for sure.
okay, so you're not gonna give us anything else on that. We're just gonna
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
We gotta wait.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm still putting it together. So
He keeping that G14 classified.
You have to though. You
Yeah.
have to.
I ain't mad.
And also, when people invest in themselves, no matter how small,
yeah,
they take it more seriously.
definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely. That's why I said, look, ain't no free tickets to my show. You gotta buy the ticket. That way, I know you coming for sure. You spend your money, you definitely come. You pulling up. So
We appreciate things that we invest in.
definitely.
Okay, so going back into your performances are notoriously high energy. What drives your passion for performing, and how do you maintain energy show after show?
I feel like the performance side of things is like my favorite thing of music. Like even like going into the studio, none of that compares to getting on that stage and performing. So that's my favorite thing to do. And what was the second part of that question?
How do you maintain your
How do I
energy?
just man, the crowd give me the energy, you know, just knowing my mom was my number one fan, you know what I'm saying, and just knowing she with me every performance, you know what I'm saying, whether she was there in the physical or you know, or there being my angel, you know what I'm saying, she's there. So just that energy alone just gives me enough to perform at the rate I do.
And speaking on that, I quote this with certain artists when you see it, but your mom was what I call a Donda.
Yeah.
Kanye's mom.
Okay.
And when you see that with entertainers, the support and the love
Yeah.
that's poured into their child,
Mm-hmm.
that's like one of the best things to see with artists. And
Yeah,
I
cause my mama, she
Yes.
like, I don't care how old I am, I'm coming to the concert, like, oh, you know what I'm
Front
saying, I
and
don't care how
center,
old I am,
yeah.
I'm front and center, you know what I'm saying. So she was in that turned up, you know, every chance she got. So
Absolutely. I love to see it. So can you give us a little bit of the creative process when you're preparing for a new show?
man, it's
Without
it's
spilling
hectic.
the sauce.
No, I ain't spilling no sauce. It's hectic though. I do a lot. A lot of people don't know the background stuff of what musicians do and to prepare. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I got band rehearsal with the band. We got to make sure everything is right with the music, and I got dance rehearsal with the dancers. And that's another story in itself. You know what I'm saying? Then I got the drumline rehearsals. So it's a lot. It's a lot for my performance because my production is just crazy.
Taco, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When you said performances and the dance, do you work out in order to
I-
you're able to facilitate the
Yeah.
dance moves? And
I play basketball, so
that's a
I'm
workout.
normally working out that way, but I haven't did that in like since my mom passed, and so I really felt it last night. Like I'm like, whew, I got off the stage, I just had to lay down. They like, you won't be out here taking pictures with the fans, but you in there laying down like
I need a nap.
I need a 2-minute nap, 2 minutes max. I'll be back out there. And so so that's what I did afterwards.
I'd like to say that you did a little bit more extra dancing than you usually do.
I did.
You gave us a whole show. I
did.
was like, okay, Taco's in rare form tonight.
Yeah.
We didn't have
yeah.
any dollars on me.
You
So.
feel me? If you had them, you already know what to do with them.
So, speaking of your band, can you tell us about New Era Band and how you guys came together?
New Era Band. It's funny because we just became New Era Band. We was elite at first, you know what I'm saying. But a bunch of the members from Elite. They went on their own journeys and did their own things solo wise. If they was touring or whatever they was doing, so I found some guys that that some of the group stayed, and I had found some new members, and we just came up. We just wanted a new name and a fresh new start, and so we just named ourselves a New Era. But we came about, man. We just musicians, just going to different events and hearing how they play. I'm like, you know what? I think I need you on my squad. You cold, you know what I'm saying? Or going to another event and seeing a different instrument player.
They were
you know what I'm saying?
auditioning without
Yeah,
even
you hear me?
knowing.
Without even knowing.
Kind of like
I'm
on
like,
the
oh yeah, I got you.
Temptations.
Oh yeah, I got you too. Okay.
I know that's right.
Kind of like
Yeah.
on the
That's why-
Temptations.
Yeah, I was in that recruit. Like what's that girl name that got the Temptations to sign with her,
Oh, nasty.
and she didn't want to give him no money.
Look.
Yeah, the lady that had
Yeah.
that wanted to discover them. Yeah, I can't think of her name on there.
But that
Yeah.
is why it's important to always be on your A game when you're performing, because you never know who's watching and the purpose of them being there. So that's
Yeah.
definitely divine alignment right there.
Yeah, I did a bunch of dancing though. That's funny that you said that, but yeah, I did way more than I normally do.
Yeah, you did. And you know what? I was live. Like what I was doing is because I was getting my footage for my recap, and then I only got a little bit of you on my live.
Yeah,
Most of it is on my phone. So, but I did the same with all the artists. I got a little bit of them, and then I did most of them on live. So, like, if you guys
Right.
go to my page, you're not gonna see the full taco experience on my
Yeah.
live. You gotta only get a little
you gonna
snippet.
get a little snip.
Little snippet.
You
That's what
know?
I said last night. I was just
Yeah.
checking in. I'm like, oh, that's lit. But then it was just
That's
there
how
you
She
go.
gave you a little
You
snip.
only get a look because I said I'm
Yeah.
gonna be live,
But
but
my
I
uncle always told me, give him just enough, not too much. You know what I'm saying? Have him one more.
because I am gonna be doing a recap and I'm also gonna be doing a write up on the event. So I didn't want to
Dope.
give you guys too much, and you guys should have been there
Yeah,
if there was room.
definitely
Well,
should have been enough. It
I'm,
was
I'm
packed.
sorry, I
it
was
was-
working.
It was packed. It was
packed.
super packed.
You-
So y'all.
so
you
let
would
me tell
definitely
you.
enjoy it.
I can't be in a facility where it's packed where it's gonna cause some sort of anxiety. My
We could have
toes
put you on.
broke.
We could have put you on the back. We could have put you up top. You know what I'm saying? We could have found a way. So next time, you know.
So
What-
it's
what
the law.
time?
It's the law enforcement in me with the whole,
Yeah.
layout and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, no, I get it.
my toe.
Not the
So
toe.
even if I had to run, I'm hopping along.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I like being right in the middle of the experience. Like I like at any event, like I can do VIP, I can go do all that, be in the DJ booth. I want to be front and center. I want to experience it as best as I can. I love music and I'm a
Yeah.
music connoisseur. So
Yeah.
I have to turn into a fan at that point. I'm not
Yeah,
music
definitely.
executive. I'm not the radio. I'm none of those things. I'm fan. So okay,
Definitely.
so Taco, how do you hope your music impacts your fans, and what message do you want to convey through your art?
I hope it impacts them. Make them feel like you could talk about things in your life. You could express. You know what I mean? A lot of my music is real music. It comes from a real place. You know what I mean? So just being expressive and being able to to talk about the things that we probably are uncomfortable to talk about. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like it'll impact them that way. And the second
What
part,
message do you want to
what
convey?
message? Just keep it 100. Just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of this Ferrari this and you know what I'm saying, Maybach this and come on, man. Let's
Well,
Well,
be
there's
real.
nothing wrong with those.
No, I'm not
things.
saying there's
So-
nothing wrong
No,
with them.
they're rapping
But they
about
rapping
it.
it as if
and
they
they're pulling up
own
in the
one and-
Uber.
you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, but just keep it 100 with the people. You know what I'm saying? The music will last longer.
It's good to pull up in the Uber, though,
She
even if you
said
have a
pulling up
Ferrari.
in the
And that's a
Uber.
safety.
Unless the
precaution.
Uber is the Maybach.
It's a safety precaution.
Uber Black. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
Well, you're like me, Lex. You're all about energy and manifesting. So they're manifesting in those lyrics. That's
Okay,
what it is.
that's cool. That's cool.
You know, in
But
that
not only that,
I will agree with that, Chart, and not to cut you off, Taco. In
Yeah.
that aspect, I will agree with that because there's a little bit of delusion needed in manifesting.
yeah,
But the other parts of it, what we call the cap in the rap,
yeah, that's exactly.
that part is
It's the cap.
keep it
It's the
real.
cap part. You know what I'm saying?
So you
but
guys
maybe
got,
they are keeping it real to the best of their ability.
no, they
Yeah,
be
okay.
lying.
so
Yeah. Okay.
you guys
Yeah,
are gonna
okay.
have to explain to me the capping and the rapping afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to know about that.
We'll fill
I
you
got
in on
We
that.
got you. We got you.
Taco, as you continue to grow and evolve as an artist,
Mhm.
what legacy do you hope to leave in the music industry?
Man, I want to leave a crazy legacy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a household name. I want to continue to tour the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm now a national recording artist. I've been all across the world touring, making some good money. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I love doing. And I just honestly, I really just want to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just get paid for what I love doing. Not have to clock in, so 9 to 5. Not saying nothing's wrong with that, but just for me, I feel like just being able to do what I love doing and getting paid for it is a feeling like no other.
It's amazing to walk in your destiny and get
Definitely.
paid for doing it.
Definitely.
And as we speak on this show, CEO Lexi Couture, we always talk about handling your music as a business. And Taco is a prime example of an independent artist that handles his career as a business.
Definitely.
And that might not be the full recipe to his success, but it's definitely a big part of it. And you can see that in his shows and in everything. A lot of artists, they are they don't have the fan bases, they don't have the packed out shows, they don't have the impact, and Taco is literally putting that out there for artists, and so I'm glad you are doing this class.
Definitely.
So that's going to be exciting.
It's gonna be crazy,
for
man.
artists.
I'm gonna throw a lot of jewels out there. I'm gonna get the hidden game. You know what I'm saying, that nobody really knows about, as because I feel like me coming in as an artist, I already had a head start because I went to school for marketing. I got a degree in marketing. You know what I'm saying, so I was already a step ahead. So when I came in the music business, I already knew that marketing was one of the most important, and not even just in music. That's in any business.
Everything.
You know what I mean? You wanna have that marketing on top notch, because that's what's gonna reel the people in.
I know, and I also want to also say that you are one of the most professional artists that I've also came across as well. So I do
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Because that's what I really I don't mean to cut you off, but I really like. I feel like that's important as well. That's like just as important as the marketing is, because you always want to be professional. You know what I'm saying? But I preach this to my team. I preach this to anybody that I deal with when it comes to that run. If you're running a business, or if you a musician, or whatever the case may be, professional is one of the most important things to be. You know what I'm saying? So.
And because I appreciate it, because I think we were both a little concerned, because you was like, oh, it's after the show, like,
yeah.
But you know what? You still showed up, and I think the after the promo of events is just as important as the pre-promo of
You hear
events.
me?
The
For real.
recaps are important just to keep the energy going. And what time did the event last night?
Man,
Last
honestly, I made it, like, I did a whole rundown to show what time I wanted it to be by the time I got off stage. But it was just so much energy, so much. I was just so poised, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. I don't know if we went overtime, or if we you know what I'm saying, didn't. But they didn't trip. They was enjoying the employees, and the owner, he came in back in the back, and it was like, man, that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? So.
It was a great show. The energy was amazing. It was definitely felt. I was only asking because I did sneak out about like 12:30.
Oh no, you good. You good.
I got most of your performance, so I really tried my best, but I started yawning, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
12:30 is late.
We ain't gonna tell your age, but yeah.
Fans
No.
don't give up.
We
So
ain't gonna tell your
early.
age either, Taco.
Look,
Started
12
rapping at 14. How old are you now, Taco? No.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
The
12:30
world
is
may
like,
never know.
He won't tell us.
yeah, 12:30 is the new 5 a.m. for people our
The
age.
world may never know. Everybody was still been trying to guess my age. Like,
Well, I knew it was coming to a close. Like, I knew it was going to wrap up, and
Yeah.
and I don't like the rush of leaving events with
yeah,
everyone else.
and
Like,
everybody storming.
yeah, and I know, like, I was like, oh, I could have got a picture beforehand, but I wanted to get a good spot, and then I was like, I can get a picture
Yeah.
after, but I'm like, but I'll see him tomorrow, so
Yeah,
it's okay. And I
Yeah.
have plenty of pictures with Taco, so it's
Definitely.
good. And small flex, y'all. And so, okay, again, you did start rapping at 14. You
Yeah.
are from the west side of Chicago, correct?
Whoop,
Well,
whoop.
I'm from Leclerc Course, which
Leclerc,
is really
is that
like
not the west side?
No,
It's
I don't
south-
know.
it's
Y'all gotta help me.
southwest.
Oh,
That's
southwest.
Southwest, yeah.
He's closer to the south
Okay.
side.
yeah.
Than
But
he
I
is
moved
west.
to the west side like back, I think, like 8th grade maybe.
Okay.
What part of the west
So yeah,
side?
so yeah, I guess I'm both ends. You know,
That's
what I'm saying?
good.
Okay.
And I've
what
been out
what
west
part
since
of the
then.
west side?
I've been in every part of the west. I've been in K Town, L Town,
Yes,
the
all
M
of them.
Dub. I done been in every part of the
All of
west
them,
side.
my town. All
You
of
feel
them.
me?
We're
now.
not
So-
gonna get Sharonda
So
started.
Taco, I work west. God bless you.
Man, you hear me?
So 12 years ago, you released your first freestyle, All Eyes on Me, 2013.
Yeah,
And then you have a long discography
Man.
since then.
man, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy journey.
2015, the album The Truth was your first album.
Yeah,
And now we are awaiting on the release of Bright Lights.
yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
we've
you.
been waiting.
She doing her homework.
No,
See,
that was a
I-
little
I-
dig at you. We've been waiting.
I know it's been crazy because I've added a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, things. I'm a perfectionist, so I haven't dropped it because I want it to be perfect, you know what I'm saying. But I got the tracks from like the Wiz Kids, the Frank Oceans, I got a lot of those features that's gonna blow people mind, like King Los, it's gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna really love the project. I'm telling you.
That's exciting. And we did get to experience some of it on the tour. So that's great.
Yeah, definitely.
And you do have a current single out, Cuff You.
Yeah, featuring Federo.
Federo. See, I'm
Federo.
glad I didn't try to say it because I
Yeah.
probably would have messed it
Federo.
up. Federo.
Yes, Federo.
It was a little country on it.
Yeah.
So that came out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, for the ladies. Definitely, I had to put a track out for the ladies, man. Y'all gonna love that track.
You see the genius in the marketing. I always look to see what artist is going to put out a love song on Valentine's Day. If you don't put out a love song on Valentine's Day, I'm going to look at you like,
Definitely.
what are you doing? Put out a Christmas. We need a Christmas taco album. Now.
For real.
Christmas
right?
covers. There we go. So you are definitely a fusion of hip hop, rap, R&B, strong emphasis on catchy hooks, infectious beats, and uplifting lyrics. Taco, what do you have coming up next?
I just got booked to co-headline with Dave East, April the 26th in West Chicago at the spot called the WC Social Club. So y'all pop out. It's not too far from the west side. It's probably like 20 minutes out, 30 minutes out. Y'all come through. Me and Dave East gonna rock the show.
I wish my face could have made a noise, guys. I got to be quiet when the guests
Yeah.
are talking. But Dave East, that's
Dave
dope.
East, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's crazy how I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just saying I'll be in the building.
Yeah, and it's crazy how I met him. I was in DC when I met Dave East. I had bought this VIP section. He's literally was right next to it, and I'm just like, bro, he was just like in there like a regular person. I just started chopping it up with him. That's why networking is important. Hint, artists. You know what I'm saying? I just networked with him. I was just talking to him like on some like I knew him. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, bro, you cool, you super cool. Let me pour you a drink, and we drank a little bit, and we just talked a lot. He was like, bro, whenever I do a show in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, since you're an artist, bro, and you say you who you say you are, you know what I'm saying, I definitely love to rock a show with you in Chicago. And so April 26th, he hit me up. He said, man, my manager gonna hit you up and send you that deposit. I said, yeah, okay, let's do it. And they sent me the deposit, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these janky promoters. No, no problem. He sent me the money without no excuse. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I got you on the back end. Once you perform, and we gonna get your other bread on the back end, and come co-headline with Dave East.
You know, I'm a big advocate for deposits and artists being paid to perform
Yeah.
and for contracts and
Yeah.
agreements, you know, as a union member and organizer, definitely. And you were a part of that too. And I do thank you for coming out
Yeah.
to one of our events and actually
yeah.
speaking.
I
I got to have
support-
you come back out again.
Yeah, I got you. I told you, you got me, I got you. That's what we do.
So it has been a fantastic time speaking with you, Taco. I had such a great time last night. I can't
Yeah.
wait to get home and do my recap and do my write-up.
I haven't even looked at any of the videos, I need some footage, I need photos, I need all that.
Yes, I got some stuff, so I'm definitely going to get that out to you.
Okay.
And so we are excited for the new event coming up. We are excited for that new release when it does drop. And I get it, perfectionist, that's fine. It's your
Yeah.
baby. It's got to be perfect.
It's got to be the one.
So please let all the listeners of the Super Business and Women Show know where they can find some Taco at.
I always say, if you're looking for a way to find me on social media, any merch, any new music, old music, documentaries, music videos, tour dates, show dates, anything regarding Taco, go to my website, tacomusicofficial.com. It's my official website. Again, that's tacomusicofficial.com, and you'll find everything Taco there.
That's such an important thing there, independent artists. Such an important thing to have your own website so that everything is linked to you and you don't have to say, find me here, look for me
Exactly.
here. I'll be there.
And if you're going to do that, have the same name on all of them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Make it hard for everyone to find you. No, absolutely. So Taco, again, it's been an absolute pleasure. I do want to thank you for joining us on the Super Business Women Show. And I just wish you so much more success in your journey. I'm so proud of you as an independent artist. You are definitely one of my favorites, and so much blessings and love to you. We're going to take a quick music break and we'll be back on the Super Business Women Show on Intellectual Radio.
Let's go.
Taco.
Think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Either way, I see a brighter day. By the way, do you think of me when the radio plays all my jams, heavy rotation? And again, do you think of me when you see me in the magazines? Do you think of me and what you could have had with me? Do you think of me? Of course you do. None bad to me. Do you think of me? Mic checking, say trapping. Do you think of me and realize you're the reason I'm stressing? Do you think of me? Rewind me again. Learn a lesson. Do you think of me now that I'm running the league? You guessed it when it comes to this ink pen. Some call it gifted. I call it all the above. I've been blessed from the beginning. Do you think of me? Does it hurt to see I'm forever winning? Do you think of me? Got back all the peace, toxic love ever cost me. Honestly, it's sad to see you never really rock with me. Love is dead. Rest in peace. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Now it's gone, now it's gone.
Hello and welcome back to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi, with All Things Couture, and I'm joined here with my lovely co-host.
Hey, great big world out there. It's Shavana, your financial femme. How you doing? Happy Saturday.
And of course, Shara Unlocked. I think you here? You back? Okay.
She was looking kind of like,
She was like, "What are we doing?"
right, like
I'm here.
you wasn't there for a minute.
So we're gonna get into the Financial Femme segment here with Shavana M. Jackson.
You know what, Lexi? I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Got some great information for you all. So last week, we were talking about the BOI and how it was reinstated. And if you didn't have it done by March 21st, you were going to get hit with those fees for $592 a day.
Sheesh.
Woo, guess what? The fees are not there anymore. So you can go ahead and fill out your BOI. There are no fees in effect. So, yeah. And this is on their website.
I feel like we just got threatened for no reason.
It was a different administration, so
Oh,
Yeah,
Huh?
that can play a big
Oh.
part in it. And I really, really think so. But it's going to be some new information that's going to be released on March 21st. So even though it's no fees right now and you can go ahead and get your BOI done, we don't know what's going to happen between now and March 21st. So it's like we're still playing a waiting game. You just never know. So my suggestion, my advice, I highly, highly, highly suggest get the BOIs done. It takes 5 to 7 minutes, and that's with you stopping to go take a picture of your driver's license or a state ID. If you already have that uploaded on your device or your phone, it takes 3 to 4.5 minutes to get that done. Get it registered. Don't give these people no reason to look at you and talk to you. It's just really
I'm glad
not
I
that
got mine
serious.
done the first time they threatened us. I was like, "Whew."
Right. When I first heard it, and I didn't even hear it on the news. It was actually a client that called me and said, Shavana, what is this BOI? And I was like, I don't know, maybe boy spelled a different way. And she was like,
Wow.
no, it's not. So me, I'm nosy. I had to go do some research. And in the middle of me researching, I'm like, yep, let me go and pull up my EIN number. Here it is right here. Yep, let me go and get it done and get it out the way. So yeah, I was in
So-
line with you. I was one of them first people. Shar, did you get yours done?
I did not. I'm one of those people that have to know the ins and outs. I did not.
So you're the hard-headed person,
No,
basically.
not the hard-headed person. I am the person who um I want to know all angles. I want to know what's the long term. I want to do the research. I want to, and especially when they're going back and forth. Anytime you mandate me to do something, I want to know the bills. I want to know the whys. Just like with that whole COVID shot thing. I wanted to know. And people were bullied into doing certain things concerning that. And then there were people that held out, did their research, and stood their ground. So
I didn't do it right away. I did actually go to the website and look up everything, and it kind of checked out. It all made sense. So it didn't seem like, oh, this is going to hurt me if I do fill it out. That I also was like, when I say the fine, I'm just like, I don't want to experience any type of fine except for what I see in the mirror.
well, every time I go to the site, they were changing the date. I did go. They were changing the date for the deadline. So therefore, I'm like, oh, okay, let me just watch this. This is going to be interesting.
It can be alarming, especially when the dates are back and forth and it's like trial cases, and it's just so much going on with our administration right now. You just really don't know what to do. Like, should I do it? Should I stand still? Should I wait? And research plays a very, very, very prudent part in it. But also, I'm the type, I'll forget. So just let me go ahead and do it, get it out the way, make sure that it's just taken care of. Like, we're already public anyway because we have our own entity. So if you go look us up, you can find us depending on where you're searching. You're going to be able to find us because we're legit, right? So why not go ahead and get this done? I just didn't, again, want to pay any extra fees. But however, FinCEN is saying that there are no fines, no penalties, or enforcement action will be taken until the final rule becomes effective with a new filing due date. All of this is public knowledge. Not only is it on their website, it's on multiple websites, Forbes. And it's just, you hear the comments, you see the comments. It's like Shar was saying, why? How come? What is the reasoning? What's going to happen when the new ruling does come? What are you going to do with our information then? Is it going to be deleted? Like, and I get that, but I also want to be in compliance. Especially, I have to practice what I preach. If I'm telling people to be in compliance, then Shavana has to be in compliance. It starts with me. So
How many of those have you filled out?
this month,
Never mind. She's lost count.
I have, because
But that's good. I'm glad that you're getting it done for your clients because
yeah,
it's important.
I have
Or it's not.
to.
We don't know. But
It's important for that moment.
we
So
want to be prepared.
any client that I had, send me your ID. Just text it to me right now so I can do it. So, because you're not gonna do it, so I might as well just go ahead and get it done. And that's just how it was. Some of them had questions and was like, no, I don't think I want to do it. And sometimes I don't have all the answers that they want. Even though it's the truth, I can't give you the answers that you want to hear. So my way of telling you, just do it and get it out the way. Either you do this or you're going to pay the fine. What you want to do? And it's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Now, when I get more information, then I'll give you information. But other than that, just get it done. It's like you said, it's not going to hurt. It's not
So
gonna
the
hurt.
BOIR is in effect, and the new update on it is that the fines and fees have been removed from it. Was there a change in the deadline, or
Nope,
is it still?
it's March 21st because they're going to come out with a new ruling of what's going to happen, what's going to take place, and if they are going to reinforce and reinstate those BOI penalty fees for the company. And at the time, as of last week, it was $592 a day. There's a slim chance that that amount could potentially go up. It's a waiting game. We're playing the waiting game, basically. So it's like the Jeopardy song. Doom, doom. You just never know, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so just wanted to put that out there because I know that last week I said it has to be done and you got fines, and then here come this alert. Well, you have to do it, but the fines are being waived. So that's going to give us, today is the first, 20 more days to get it done. People, please get it done. If you have not gotten it done, contact Anointed County. We'll get you done. It's 3 to 5 minutes, 3 to 7 minutes. It literally takes no time. And if you're just being lazy about it, I can't force you to do it. The only thing I can do is encourage you to do it. How bad do you care about your entity?
And where can they find more information on the BOIR?
Fencing.gov. Or you can contact Anointed Accounting at 312-837-7219, because the information that I pass out to you, I have to get it from a legitimate source, and that's a legitimate source. And sometimes during the week, I like to get on the phone with these sources and call and ask questions. So I'm talking to people. I got names, I get ID numbers, just to make sure the information that I'm passing out is coming from someone reputable within that entity. And that's what I like about this whole federal government love that I have for them in the IRS. Speaking of the IRS,
She said that so just it flowed so well
because I like, you
she's like,
love
just
music.
love
I just love them. Like,
love.
they're people. Like, they're like you and me,
Yeah.
right?
No, I get it. I love music. I could talk about it for hours.
Yes, and I can
Hours.
listen to it for hours. I do, as a matter of fact. But speaking of deadlines, let's talk about some current deadlines that's coming up. And I'm not gonna go all over the place. I'm gonna stay in order, because I tend to do that, because I just really want my corporations to get lined up, not just my clients, but as a whole. Like, just get lined up. But I'm gonna stay on course. So March 3rd, farmers and fishers who didn't pay all estimated tax payments must file an income tax return and pay the tax liability by March 3rd to avoid penalties. So if you are a farmer or a fisher, please get this done by March 3rd. If you wait to get it done, you will be assessed a penalty, and it will have to be paid with your tax return when you send it in.
I get farmers, but fishers, like the people that are out on the boats, or like
Yes, that's
the big
fishing.
fishers.
Or the
Yes.
fishers for the women that are fishing for the men, or the men that are fishing for the
No, they don't care about them. Them individuals.
Okay.
Them individuals.
And
They're
so-
not officially in business.
And we want to give a big shout out to all the farmers and fishers that tune into our show. You should
Yes.
always tune in. If you're a
Yes,
farmer or a
always
fisher,
tune in, please.
especially the farmers.
We love y'all.
Well, fishers too. They're equally important. I love farmers. So
I just love food.
well,
So March 17th, that is a big deadline day coming. And the reason why it's the 17th, because the 15th falls on a Saturday, and that's when corporations are due. All corporations. Shar, do you remember those corporation numbers that I was calling?
The addresses? Absolutely not. I wrote them down.
I thought they were lottery numbers.
Girl, she was like 4510, 6615, 1830.
We
So
were gonna hit the Mega Millions.
You
knew
are
it.
going to file form 7004 if you are an 1120 and 1120S 1065. If you made less than $50,000, you are going to send a postcard in, postcard 990. If you made more than that and you still want to file, you're going to send in that extension 7004. If you want to still be in compliance and you just don't want the hassle and you want your tax return completed, your corporation tax return, that is, contact Anointed Accounting. We are taking documents up until March 5th. And the reason why we're giving a cutoff date is because if you are new, we have to get the time to know you. We have to know what we're looking at. It's certain documents that we are going to request and ask for, because this is such a small window of time and you want to get out. Now, if you just potentially want to come and get on an extension and you need that extra 6 months, we will grant that for you. Give us a call for more information about that. But please do not let the 15th, 17th slip by. Also, corporations, this does not mean that if you have taxes that are due, that you wait to pay them. No, them taxes are still due on March 15th. Get that money into the Internal Revenue Service. April 1st, RMDs, required minimum distributions, are due if you turn 73 in 2024. If you turn 73, you have until April 1st of this year to take out the required distribution from that account. So if you turn 74 in 2024, get ready, take that money out of that RMD. That's going to be helpful for you and for your tax situation. The next upcoming important day, it falls on a Tuesday, which is April 15th. Like, I just really love tax day because this shows you all the people that are not ready. Those are the last minute people that are going to call and say, I need an extension. They have been knowing since last year they need an extension.
I don't like that I know that there's an extension because for the past 2 years, I've actually filed either on April 14th or on April 15th.
I'm going to need another extension.
I'm not going to file an extension, though. I'm going to get my taxes done probably this week sometime.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Thank you for being in compliance.
I have
CEO
some other
Lexi.
things going on.
I don't like
so that
asking
are
for
huge.
extensions.
So I have to pick and choose my battles.
So, and that's
Yeah.
what that extension is for. And sometimes it really does help. Like that 6 months really helps. But in the interim, that 6 months go by like that because
Yeah.
you look up and it's wow. Like I had a guy ask me last year in September, hey, when am I going to get your documents? You said I was on an extension. That was in March. It's 6 months later. Oh, well, we don't get another one. I'm not ready. I'll talk to you next
That's
year.
why I will not take advantage of the extension. But you know what? Like I said, I've turned over a new leaf of organization this year, and I've really been applying that. So yeah, I'm not.
That's good. We preparers truly appreciate that. And even if we get your documents, and let's say you think to yourself, I am 120% ready, and you bring us your documents and you're only like 94% ready, the person that you sit down with can tell you, look, this can get done. This is all I need. Or I'm going to suggest that you take this extension. We sit and talk more. We gather the documents that we need, and then we get you sent out the right way. We can always look at your income and see if it's going to be a tax liability that's due. And if it is, what payment needs to be sent in with Form 7004 if you are under that umbrella and you're filing that extension. When it comes to individuals for April 15th, we can do the same because 98% of the time we're looking at the W-2s. If you have your business connected to you and it's on the Schedule C, that's also income that we can look at to get your estimated tax payment. Depending on the software that you have, it's just the click of a button, putting it in there and figuring it out. So it's real simple. Also, what's due on April 15th is IRA and HSA contributions for 2024. For individual income tax return filers, this also marks the final day to make contributions to your IRA or HSA. So if you're making any contributions to either account, you have until April 15th to do that. Please get that done. Also, April 15th is for the first estimated tax payment for 2025. So if you filed and you have them estimated tax payments that are due for the quarter, that's going to be ready to be sent in by April 15th. Now, if you're mailing that in, I highly suggest you send it certified return receipt so someone can sign for it due to what's going on with the IRS right now. Just it's nothing wrong with just having that extra layer of proof, especially when you're sending money. If you've been listening to our show, you have heard me reiterate time and time again, get that IRS ID Me account open. If that account is open, you can pay that online under your account. If you don't have an account, you can go to irs.gov, go under payments, make my payment, and you can see estimated tax payments. Pay that payment, get it out the way, because when you come and file for your 2025, you won't be that upset because you've already put money up to the side to help with your tax deficit at the end of the year. So it's important to get that done. Also, April 15th, the FBAR taxes are due. So if you report to a foreign bank or financial account, that account information is due and is ready to be submitted on Form 8938 on the 15th. The IRS will be looking for that. Please get that in. Those penalties and fees will outweigh the amount that you actually have to owe. You don't want that. Trust me, you don't. For my business owners out there, April 30th, not April 15th, But those are those payroll reports that's due, those 941s. And if you are very, 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 very meticulous, you're going to do not only your 941s, but you're going to send in form 940, which is your FUTA tax. Now, you're only going to send that form in if the tax liability is more than 500 for all employees that you have. But other than that, the 941s are due to the federal, to the state, and your unemployment form is due, which is your UIL 340. Depending on what state you're in, every state is different, but the 940, the 941 is universal as well as the 940 because that's across the board. That's federal. So please get that done. If you need help with those payroll reports, hello, Anointed Accounting is here to help you. 312-837-7219. And speaking about the Internal Revenue Service, like I just really wanted to dig deep and do some extra research because like my heart really goes out to all the people that are losing their jobs, especially that just started. And it's like you're last in, but you're first out. And so much is just going on. So I wanted to do some research. And with the current layoffs that we have, the Internal Revenue Service is looking to close more than 110 IRS offices. That's a lot of offices, like 110 offices. Can you just imagine how many people are in each office?
Well, I think the last administration hired 6 to 8,000 people. Those are just the people. So we operated efficiently and effectively before they were hired. So I believe the last hired, first fired. So it's unfortunate that they're losing their job, but
7,000 people.
so it's that number. So what's happening now is that they're just restoring the numbers back to
What
the
they
last
were.
hire. Yeah. So they've only been there a year or year and a half or something, not very long. And I'm not being insensitive, but it's because people were excited, like, oh my God, the IRS is not going to have time to be bothered with me. No, they're still going to have enough efficiency
They
to
will.
to
They
get
do.
you.
They do. And it's just sad. Like I just think about a new person going into like my one of my goals was when I graduated. I'm not gonna say goals. One of my dreams at the time was I really, really wanted to work for the CIA. Like I thought that was like the best job in the world to work for the CIA. Like I'm a forensic accountant for the CIA. And then you just sit back and you think about the layoffs. I've been here a year, and if I'm very, very detailed, I'm planning out my life. I'm planning out retirement because this is a
So you plan out retirement after a year?
no. I'm just saying you're sitting down because now I'm in my job. Like I'm in my early 20s and this is what I'm thinking about. So now I have this good job. I can have retirement. I could plan. This is benefits. Everything is there for me. It's not like I'm running to job to job to job at this point. So this is just my thinking. And now I'm in this job and 18 to 24 months later, I no longer have a
So
job.
most employers, especially when you're dealing with the government, have lengthy probations. So they're a year. I remember thinking when I was on probation, I'm a damn near retire on probation. You know what I mean? It's so long. So you kind of put things on hold and walk on eggshells, utilize faith, but you're in the back of your mind, you're always thinking, I am an at-will employee until I'm off probation. So
And that's a step up, being at will state. Like that is just something to really consider. And it was a time where they used to ask you questions when they interview you, like, what do you see yourself in 5 years? And I had a whole spiel where I saw myself in 5 years. And so now I remember the last time I got interviewed and the person asked me, so like, what do you expect to be doing in the next year or two? I don't know. You tell me, because this is an at will state. Like, that's my answer. I don't want to spill all my beans. Like, you don't want to give out all your information.
So no, I'm just saying probation. So when you're in law enforcement, sometimes it's a year and a half, sometimes it's 2 years. Someone told me somebody at Social Security was 2 years. So you understand when you're on probation, you are an at-will employee. You're not protected by the unions or
Right, you're
anything
not
like that.
protected by it. Speaking of Social Security, I'm glad you brought that up. The Social Security Administration has been instructed to cut half of its workforce in half. Like those are essential workers. And I think about that because I think about our senior citizens out there or the people that rely on social security to call, whether it's to get a social security card. And I know a lot of stuff is made available online, but you have to think about our elders and those people that are just stuck in their ways. I need to go talk to somebody, so now the wait time is longer.
So I think of it like this. They're going to come in as all business people do. They come
Mhm.
in, they do layoffs, they, make evaluations. People were upset about giving a job description of what you do. I've done it. A few years ago, they came in and said, "Hey, tell me what you do daily, what's your weekly responsibility, what's your numbers?" You have to supply all those things. And as a business owner, you come in, you do an evaluation, you may lay off, but I think after things balance out, I think they're going to make an assessment as to what works and what doesn't. And some of those people, I believe, will be rehired.
And I'm just hoping for the best, as my mom would say, from your mouth to God's ears. I'm hoping he listening. The Department of Defense, the Pentagon said it began laying off approximately 5,400 people. That's between 5 and 8% of civilian staff that was expected to be gone by the 28th of
So,
last
Shavana,
month.
what source was that? Because the Department of Defense generally probably, thinking, wouldn't kind of tell that telling. If it is, it's probably, like you said, maybe civilians that are non-essential to the Pentagon.
They're non-essential civilians, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. And I got that, but again, I'm just looking at the numbers and the percentage of people that are without employment. Like and these are in our government official capacities. Like people just look at, and like all week we've been talking, I've been hearing people talking and calling, well, it's just the IRS, it's just the IRS. Well, no, it's not just the IRS, it's other governmental officials in that capacity that are also at risk at losing their job. Is not just the IRS. And then here comes, well, since they're being laid off, we don't have to file our taxes. We don't have to pay taxes. No,
Right.
no, you do. And if you're on a payment plan, pay your payment plan. Stop playing. Don't give these people no reason to look at you.
That's always hilarious when people think that way.
I'm like, don't you know they have computers and things to track you? You do know that,
That's
right?
generated. And when you get that levy letter, like, don't come screaming at me because you decided to take a break because you thought they were on break. No, that's not how that works.
And another thing I thought was interesting is that the whole evaluation process that's going on, where you're listing what you do and what you've done. I actually started doing that on my own without even
But I did it,
knowing it.
and you guys know what I do. They required that I did it, and it wasn't for this administration. It was simply because every time you get a new boss, or we vote differently, and there's someone else. They want to see what it is you do. I get that. I don't know why people are so offended and upset by that.
I think it's important. Like I do it for my own business. So like what
I
I'm
do
doing,
too.
what I'm doing now is like, so when I have my other book that's just my calendar, and I'm literally writing down all the things that I've done for the day, and then I'll have my other side where I'll put what I want to get done the next day. But I'm taking note, and it because I had a moment where I was just like, I can't explain to you everything I did in one day. And then I was like, wait a minute, I should be
I
able to
have to be
explain.
able to
I should be
explain.
able to explain everything that I've
Yes.
done in one day, because it's important.
And
It's-
for business owners, it's essential for structure,
it is.
for projecting budgets. And when you're getting ready to hire someone, you need to know what their job duties include.
and what your day to day is gonna be like. So even if the day is slow, like Lexi, not only do I have a book, and I found a book that didn't have dates in it because I wanted to be able to put my own dates in
Mhm.
it. And literally I see myself filling up 2 and 3 pages a day. And then under some of the tasks on the side, it has top priorities, this or that. And I just take it because on my slow days I get to reflect. When it's busy, I still get to reflect. So that's I think every business should do that. Last but not least, amended returns. You can still amend your 2021 amended return until April. Anything else, get it done after April. Amended returns can take between 16 weeks and 58 weeks.
Jesus.
Yes.
Maybe they
Wait a
need to
minute,
hold
that's
on
more
to-
than a year.
They
It's
might
only
need to hold
52
on
weeks
to a
in
couple
year.
more of them employees. Hold on now.
Wait, it's only 52 weeks in a year. She said 58. I'm like, wait a minute.
And
that's
I'm
more than a
telling you,
year.
I literally, I had someone that I did an amended return for last February. They just got another letter that said we need an additional 30 days.
They're going to need to revise their layoff plan and have an additional 30
I-
extra
I
employees.
think once once things get going, they'll say, okay, we need workers in this area. We need more in that area. That's my opinion.
I think they should just
No.
do the right thing.
Well, the
But-
right thing is to cut the fat and to really source out what you can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results. If nothing changes, nothing changes.
And I'm not, unfortunately, I wish I was sitting at the round table when they made these decisions. See, they don't call Shavonna and ask me to come into the meeting. I don't even have to come. They can Zoom me.
We need y'all to CC Shavonna on the next
Right.
meeting. She
Right.
needs to be
I
present.
need to be at the
next
round
meeting.
table, the
What
square
is it,
table.
Doge and the president?
Yeah,
Shavonna
yeah,
wants. No, you
call
probably
me.
get in trouble. You probably don't need to go to the
I
meeting.
would honestly go. I would take my business project manager with me because
So you're
she's
gonna send her to jail too?
no,
huh?
no. She's a lot calmer than me. Lachey is so much more calmer than me. And she can convey things in a nice, pleasant way, even if she's just really, really in an uproar. Me, I know they'll probably escort me out.
No. Not with this administration. You're going to the pokey.
No, but it's all fun and games. No, I just really love and have a passion for what I do. I take it seriously. I love people and I love to help people. And what's so refreshing, again, is when that person comes to you and they have all these documents and all these questions. And it's like when they drop it at your feet, a weight has been lifted. So I just really love it. So again, contact Anointed Accounting at 312-837-7219. I'll be back with more contact information, but I can't wait to hear what our lovely co-host Shar Unlocked has for us today.
Well, we know what Shar Unlocked has. We have another guest coming up. Zodrey Pickens will be joining us shortly. So we're going to go ahead and get into a quick music break and bring on in Mr. Zodrey Pickens and get into Shar Unlocked.
Yes. Hey,
Stay
Miss
tuned on the Super
Flowers.
Business Women Show.
Hey, Diane Balls. Hey, Miss Queen.
All right, let's move it. Let's move it.
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Either way, I see a brighter day. By the way, do you think of me when the radio plays all my jams, heavy rotation? And again, do you think of me when you see me in the magazines? Do you think of me and what you could have had with me? Do you think of me? Of course you do. None bad as me. Do you think of me? Mic checking, say trusting. Do you think of me and realize you're the reason I'm stressing? Do you think of me? Rewind me again. Learn a lesson. Do you think of me now that I'm running the league? You guessed it when it comes to this ink pen. Some call it gifted. I call it all the above. I've been blessed from the beginning. Do you think of me? Does it hurt to see I'm forever winning? Do you think of me? Got back all the peace, toxic love ever costed me. Honestly, it's sad to see you never really rock with me. Love is dead, rest in peace. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you
Hello
think of
and
me?
welcome back to the
Now
Super
it's gone,
Business
now
Women
it's
Show
gone.
here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi with All Things Couture. And I'm going to pass this on over to Sharon Locke.
Hi there, guys. It's Sharon Luck, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle. I have the amazing, the infamous Zodrey Pickens in the building. So he's here today, and I'm going to give a brief I can't talk today. Introduction. Maybe it's like with my broken toe here. It's like I'm a little off.
It's the toe speaking.
It's the toe talking. All right. Zodrey is a life insurance expert, an entrepreneur, a credit repair coach dedicated to helping families achieve financial security. Growing up in a single parent household on the south side of Chicago, he understands the power of financial literacy in building generational wealth. As the owner of a video game store, a puppy salon, he exemplifies entrepreneur success. Beyond providing life insurance solutions and credit repair guidance, Zodrey is passionate about empowering women, hosting events like the Women's Conference and Luncheon to support emotional, physical, and spiritual well-beings to us women. And he's a father, he's a husband, and he actually still works a job. Zodrey's texting all times of day. He's extremely responsive. I've done projects with you, Zodrey. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome.
You got to come up so the viewers can
Thank you.
can hear that deep voice. Thank you.
When do you sleep?
Right.
Do you sleep?
I sleep a few hours a day,
Just a few.
just a few hours.
You mean that's 2 hours, not 3, 4?
Probably like, maybe like 4 hours a day.
That's a good amount of sleep. I'm with you because that's what I get.
Okay, Z, we're going to get into, I call him Z. I give everyone nicknames. I've officially arrived at the point where my mom is. I give everyone a nickname. It's probably normally because I screw up their real name. So,
Wonder what our nicknames are.
right.
I don't even want to know.
No, your name's Lex. Shavana, I get right because it's close to my name.
When?
Savannah.
Savannah.
That's
Yeah.
her talk to text and her
Oh
auto
my
correct.
God. So you guys know I'm always multitasking. So I'm typing and talking and texting. So sometimes I've sent some stuff out and it came back. The tenant was like, "Excuse me?" And when I looked at it, I said, "Oh my God, it was talk to text. Please, I don't mean that. I wouldn't have said anything like that." I don't know. Just imagine I sent something that said bulbs. It didn't come over as bulbs. It came over as female stuff. So I was like, yeah. Anyway,
I'm gonna need you to use the voice memo instead.
yeah, I'm always multitasking though. Zodrey, what inspired you to get into life insurance and credit counseling?
Basically, my past, we all go through things in our past that shape who we are as a person. What folded me to get into life insurance was basically being in a situation where my mother passed away. When she passed away, she probably left me with a couch, my dog, food, probably like $20.
Well, at least she left you with something.
Yeah, it was a blessing. And then me witnessing my neighbor pass away, husband coming knocking on my door, going next door, seeing his wife laid out on the floor,
Jesus.
and seeing them come into her house, put her in black body bag. So it was like rough. Seeing that life still go on after death.
That was the most difficult part for me when my brother died. He died and my world stopped. And I saw people going to work that supposedly love him, going on about business. And that bothered me. Like life didn't stop simply because my brother passed. And that was earth shattering to me. So my life stopped, but life carried on. You're absolutely correct.
And one thing I realized, as far as like that, like you said, you can't call ComEd and say, "Hey, my mother passed away."
That part.
Verizon, my mother passed away. Your job, we understand your mother passed away, so we're going to give you these 2 weeks, and you better be back at work.
So we get in our profession, we get 3 days,
That's right.
and then they want me to come back and deal with a certain population. So yeah, I get it. What are some of the common misconceptions people have about life insurance?
Where I'm from, the only time we talk about is with death. So I had to figure out how can I use this tool without talking about death. Because the first time somebody passed away, they say, "Hey, first question, does this person have a life insurance policy?" So I had to take years trying to figure out how can I utilize this tool without talking about death. And there's so many different ways that you can utilize life insurance, like how I do with the infinite banking, the whole life infinite banking, the one that McDonald used, Disney, that's been around for a long time, which you can put your money into a policy and you can still pull from it and use it.
Absolutely.
Or you have somebody in a situation, we're strong, we're survivors. So imagine somebody gets sick, breast cancer, heart attack, strokes, and we're survivors. But guess what? Your life's still gonna go on. You can't call your landlord and say I just had a stroke because they still have bills.
And I don't understand. I see that often with the GoFundMe, and no judgment here because people are peopling and life is lifing, right? Everyone has a different story to tell. But I often wonder and think about the children post death because you get a GoFundMe to pay for the funeral, but your kids still need a roof over their head. They still gonna need clothes. They still need school and tuition. And now you're not there to help fight. And you left them unprepared. That's the scary part. So for me, everything I'm doing is for preparation if I'm not here for them. And GoFundMe is only to put you away. So people do need to take life insurance, more seriously. It builds generational wealth, but it also takes care of your loved ones that you leave behind.
Or say you didn't pass away. Say you can't work for a month, 2 or 3 years. There's nothing being more stressful is if you're sick with a heart attack and you worrying about your light bill. So how can you heal if you got to worry about your car being repo?
Yeah.
Because we're survivors. How many times we don't talk about the survivors, breast cancer survivors, people that can't work. So depending upon the life insurance company you deal with, they have what you call living benefits.
Yes.
Which a lot of carriers don't offer that because their only tool is talking about death. So what if you don't pass away? Oh, matter of fact, you're healthy.
So my mother had serious surgery where she was in the hospital for probably 3 months and then had to go to rehab. And it was still a process in the healing. So probably a good year. Luckily, she was financially able to do it, but I could see how that would go bad.
Or let's get deep. Having a young child, having to take care of their mother, it's stressful when your mother, your grandmother needs you to wipe them now. You can't work
Yes.
because you got to take hospice. That's not cheap.
Yes.
So if you're able to reach into your life insurance policy and pull from that to take care of, because it's stressful having to go home and you take care of your mother, your grandmother, and you're going to do it. I done seen people lose their jobs because they haven't paying all these bills. Now they can't even work and things like that. Or let's get deep. If you're healthy, can't you imagine going to get a house and you need that down payment? I need like $20,000 down for a house. You can pull from your life insurance policy to put that money down for a house. It doesn't always have to be bad. Why it can't be good? How come I just want to buy me a car? So instead of me going to the bank, I can go into my life insurance policy and pull that money. Because I was hearing you guys talking about taxes and things like that. So imagine you getting your income tax check every year, 10,000 for the last 10 years.
Who gets back $10,000?
I'm just guessing a number. I'm just getting a number as far as like we just guessing. We're gonna say okay, we're gonna say 5,000, okay, because that's reasonable. So,
1,000 is a lot to
so-
me when they got their hands out every year.
So imagine you dumping 5,000 every year into a life insurance policy, okay, and say 3 years. Now that 5,000 is 15,000. Now you have an opportunity. Hey, we want to get you this house. All you need is $10,000. You go into your life insurance policy. You take out the 10, But the good thing about that is your 15,000 is still compounded. So just because you took the 10 out, the 15,000 is still there.
Absolutely.
So we need to focus on how can I use life insurance without scaring people? Because who really want to sit down and talk about death? No one.
Because
But
people
death
are
is a
so
part of life.
yeah, but people are also so uneducated that the only thing they know of life insurance is about death. No one has sat down and said there is other things
So
for life insurance.
you're right. We do generally what we see done. I knew that when I had a baby, a couple days later, you call the insurance company. Everyone has a relationship generally with the insurance man. He used to come to the house when I was younger, but now I called, you add the baby to the policy, and people generally do what they see done. So we got to change the way we parent.
It's not enough education out here.
Well, we have Zodrey here. He's putting the life back into life insurance. So we got to appreciate that.
Right.
Because when you think about it, everyone doesn't have the mindset that you have. If you see 10 people, they're not about to call and add their kids on a life insurance policy. They're not. And when you get deep about it, why is it mandatory when you buy a car, you can't leave the car lot without car insurance? You can't. If you buy a brand new home, you cannot close on that home
Without insurance.
But when it comes to life,
You don't think about
you can't do that. Because think about it. If everybody in the world had life insurance, wouldn't be no poor people really. Because if everybody had a policy, think about it. Life insurance is not that much, honestly. We all have phone insurance.
I beg to differ. I pay a lot from life. I think it's a
But
lot.
you
we
know what,
talking about-
Zodrey? I'm gonna tell you why that is. Because people prioritize what's important to them.
But it's
So,
knowledge based.
I get that, but his question was people have phone insurance but not life insurance because that phone is more important to them than life insurance.
Yeah, but so again, I think that we do what we see. No one set me down when I was young. I think I had my kid at 30. No one set me down and said, hey, you get life insurance. I knew that life insurance was important, but I knew it was important because I saw the life insurance agent come to the house every every month and collect the life insurance payment. And then I saw when my cousins got married and they had babies, he would come and add them. He would come to my grandmother's house and on a Sunday and he would add the new baby. So I did what I saw done. No one set me down. I learned more about it once I got older and, I got the ins and outs. However, no one set me down and said, this is how you create generational wealth. This is what you need. I just mimicked what I saw. And that's what most people do. They don't even process the mind in their mind. This is prioritized over this. This is that. They just do. Our children don't do what we say. They do what we do. And I'm noticing that even as a mom.
And you know what's so crazy? Life insurance, if you get deep, it's not that expensive. Think about it. If you put like right now, you have to start when you're young, right? So say like my kids got 2 policies on them, and I'm not doing it for death. I'm doing it for these kids gonna start begging when they're 18.
Yeah, car
Before
college. So I'm going to.
18.
So this is so I have 2 policies on my kids, right? You can get you a policy for a whole life policy, and it could be like $10 a month.
Yes.
So imagine your baby at 18. The first thing the parents say, hey, okay, you're grown now, get your own phone bill. So why not hand that life insurance policy over to that child and say, hey, you're 18 now. Here's your policy. It's $10 a month. Now at 21, they can get them like another life insurance policy for like $60, $300,000. Now that's $50 a month. But what happens is we get 50, 60 medical problems. And then that's what the issue is, because somebody on my Facebook was looking, they said, what about people that's sick? So one thing about me, I'm a broker, okay? I don't work for anyone. I work for every carrier. So by that being said, if a person have cancer, AIDS, diabetes, kidney problems, in jail, I can get anyone approved, anybody approved. So that's what makes me different, because a lot of these carriers, if you weigh a certain amount, you're
That's
not getting, if you have
That is true.
felonies, because they thinking like, why would we give you a life insurance policy? You got felonies.
Well, it makes sense. You're a risk.
Yes.
You're a risk. You live in an urban area. You are of a certain ethnicity, right? And you have a terrible background. So, I mean, it's their business. I get it.
Yes. So now my job is to go and serve everyone. So I had someone that had like I think amputation or something like that, and they just wanted a simple burial insurance. If you go to a lot of carriers, which I'm not gonna name anyone, a lot of carriers, then if you're not healthy, they don't want you because it's like a risk. Because 9 out of 10, if a person get life insurance policy, they probably gonna keep it for 5 years anyway, ain't gonna cancel it. So why would they allow somebody to be sick with a life insurance policy? They're gonna have to pay out. But with me being a broker and working with every carrier, I'm not restricted.
I
And
like that.
and speaking about what you just said, Vincent just said that life insurance, it's not penalized by the IRS. So even if you do take it or touch it, the IRS can't touch that. And it's good to have that protection, that generational wealth. And Shar, you did mention you do as you saw. Some households, that's how we did learn. We did as we saw, but we also had those households that taught us, and how you said people.
Well, you learn through watching. That's why I say our children, and I'm noticing this with my children, they don't do what we say. They do what we do. They watch us. They mimic our moves. That's how they adapt to our personalities. The kids you want to choke out, seriously, that's exactly like you. They're mimicking you. Zodrey, you also bring another extremely important thing to households: credit repair.
Yes, I need your
Why
contact
is
information.
why is credit so important, and how could someone start improving their credit?
So once again, I learned from past trauma. Mother passed away. I tried to get an apartment. I couldn't get one. I had to put about $6,000 down after paying all this money for application fees
That you don't get back
that
if
you don't get
decline.
back. Even when once I left the apartment, they still didn't get my money back because when I left the apartment, they'll say something crazy like, okay, the wall was this color or the refrigerator need to be newer. So they end up keeping my money. And with me not having lawyers and attorneys, I know what's going on. And another main thing that I had a problem with, I went to the dealership. I'm thinking I'm the man. Got like 4 or 5,000 in my pocket. Okay. I'm thinking I'm the man, but I got 15,000 in debt. So instead of me paying the creditors, I was keeping the money in my pocket. So I go to the dealership, like, you don't want to, I got all this money looking like, what are you talking about? So I ended up getting a 2000 a Dodge Charger. Okay. The Charger was about $17,000. When I got done with the interest, it was 50,000.
Yeah.
The average person that I interact with, that I talk to, they're paying double, triple for that car because of the interest. So I, I had someone around me because I didn't see this because I was around people that always have money all the time.
Right.
I was always taught if you have money and women, you're successful. That's what I was taught.
Well,
But
you
as
got a
I-
wife and you got some money,
I'm just
so
talking
you're
about in
good.
the past. Like if you get all the women and the money, that's all you needed. That's
Yes.
what I saw. So I started being around certain different people and they start educating me on credit repair is okay, but you have to learn it's a lifestyle.
It
So
is.
the average person that fixed their credit, they mess it back up again anyway in 2 months because
30 days.
they
We've-
so used to getting told no.
We've talked about that. I've said that repeatedly on the show. It's a mindset. You have to change your mindset. This isn't like a diet. Like you go on a diet and then you're going to diet again. You have to actually change your mindset. But nothing changes if nothing changes, and people will not change their mindset until they're sick and tired of being sick and tired of themselves. No one's coming to rescue you. It's going to be the version of you that's tired. So I have another question for you. Oh, you just told me one of some of the mistakes that people make. That was excellent. How has your personal journey influenced your passion into helping others?
Mm. I mean, it feels good being able to like pour into people because, like you said, when you was raised, you're not seeing certain things. So now there's no excuses. We didn't have Facebook back in the day. We had
MySpace.
encyclopedias.
Yes.
So there's no excuses at all. We see it all the time.
But
There's no
sadly, you
excuses.
know what I see on Facebook? Your algorithm, algorithm, it's
Algorithm.
that algorithm is who you are. It's where you check in, where you post. So it's people that are like you. And especially if you don't have an expanded mindset, you're stuck with the same type of people
But
that, as you.
But unfortunately, when you post certain things, it's not gonna get attention. Like when I crack jokes, if I say something about a guy or something like that that's funny, it's gonna get a lot of attention. But if you talk about like life insurance, credit, which people, it's embarrassing when you try to come into where I work at and you can't even get a cell phone in your name. You can't get a cell phone. You can't get a light bill.
That's because people weren't taught. They weren't taught the importance of it. It wasn't a necessity for them. The education component was not available. So now in the era that we're in now, it's so much information out here that people flock to social media versus having that one-on-one interaction with a person.
Well, I got a philosophy. Most people, and you can see it because the emotional intelligence always bleeds through. Most people do not read or get their information from a credible source. It's from social media and socialization. And then they begin to share the nonsense and it becomes the truth.
But having an education platform is also so beneficial. Like
Agreed.
I love what you're doing, and I definitely want to put you in my business network because you'd be surprised. I have so many people that call me and say, "Hey, you got time to fix my credit?" No, I don't, but I can tell you how to do it.
But it's those people, well, not your people, but
No,
those
I know
people,
what you mean.
those people, you get the same call every 6 months. Doing mortgage, you get the same people every 6 months. I'll say, I thought we rectified that. You were 660. Now I'm 420 again. It's like, come on, guys. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. You have to change the way you think.
And you know what's so crazy? Um, I am living that lifestyle. So a lot of people that's fixing credit, they credit not fixed.
Right.
So right now, with Guy Help, my credit score is in 800s. My business credit is perfect. So I just bought me a Tesla in my business name, no social, and a Hyundai Santa Fe, no social. I got
So no
approved.
personal guarantee.
No.
So that's what he means. No
Right.
personal guarantee.
Yeah, my bad. It's my toe.
No, right. It's my
Your toe
toe.
hurt. Your toe hurt
The
too.
toe is-
I'm
so-
nuts,
But when I
Toes
take
attacking
my
everyone.
pictures and you guys post, I'm putting on a heel. I'm gonna just endure it for a second.
So I'm living a lifestyle of which people I'm living this life. So when I talk to a person and you want to get your credit fixed, if you don't want to be involved in your own rescue, I'm not going to help you. And then my
That's
goal
right.
is to focus on the future. Okay. So I ask you, why do you want your credit fixed? What made you want your credit fixed? How much money do you have saved up? You get what I'm saying? Or I ask certain questions. Okay, tomorrow I want you to write on every bill. Because we always go on the fast on eating food. We need to go on fast on getting our hair done. We need to go on fast on
There you go. Preach. Come on, preach, baby.
So,
I'm
listen.
listening. Preach.
Self-care should never be fasting. Come on, Z.
You need
I'm
to go
never
on-
gonna walk
buy-
around looking crazy.
Well, buy you a nice little wig because right now it's okay. It's not the season.
So listen,
So buy
I may
you a
cut back
wig.
on Starbucks. I may cut back on. Listen, I may go around and only watch one TV and unplug it in the house. I may raise my deductible up on my my car insurance, but I'm not going to sacrifice walking around looking crazy.
You won't look crazy because guess what? Buy a wig. Because at the end of the day, I'm not saying look crazy for
You
the
still
rest
gotta
of your
get it
life. No,
styled.
I know, but I'm
Wigs
not.
are not cheap.
No,
Yeah,
look,
Z,
but this
Well,
is the
I don't
thing.
know about wigs because this all mine.
Well,
I'd put it in a ponytail, or
well-
better yet, I go see the barber, cut it off. It's hair.
See,
It'll
for
grow back.
me, I guess it all depends. For me, self-pride, self-respect, I learned that too. My grandmother did not play walking out of the house looking crazy. So, and I'm a businesswoman. Who is going to listen to me, buy anything from me, take my class, or take me serious if I'm not presentable?
Okay, so for you, you can go ahead and get your hair done. You ladies, y'all get your hair done. But for some people, I'm just saying like
I'm with you.
we need to take if your goal is to get a house in a year, right? You can't go out.
You got to sacrifice.
Sacrifice. I'm not saying for the rest of your life. So if you're
I
like a real
agree.
estate agent and you need to have your hair done nice, I understand. But we need to write down all these bills.
Yep.
I
And
agree.
We need to figure out because what's your why and what's your end
How
goal.
bad is your want to,
Because you know what?
Reverend Porter?
What I'm going through what I call it refinancing myself. So I'm going to evaluate, and I do it every year. I can't have a car wash guy come to my house every 2 or 3 days. It's expensive, and that's something I'm going to have to give up. I almost cried the other day just having him come to my house and give me a car. It's easy. While you're getting dressed, he comes and takes care of your car. But that's an expense. That's a couple $100 a week that I could save.
But you gotta you have to take you out of this because it's like you at a different level. It's people right now, they don't even have a car to have a car guy. You know, they probably have an apartment. You know, they living in a crazy situation. So right now, it's like you have to meet people where they are.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of them, they have bad habits: smoking, drinking, going out to eat, Netflix, Hulu, BT
Uber,
Plus,
Lyft.
You get what I'm saying?
I-
So
yeah.
they have
DoorDash.
to write down all DoorDash, write down all of their bad habits and go fast on a whole year and say, okay, this is my goal, because they have to create the lifestyle. So example, my credit card, I have like $100,000 in credit card, but I probably owe like maybe $1,000 out of 100,000. If you don't have it, don't spend it. And
That's
I
right.
have to create that whole
So
lifestyle.
that's my whole thing too. When I use the credit card, I try to pay the bill pay it off at the, when it's due. Like not a payment. I want to send the whole payment. If I spend $2,000, I need to be able to send them $2,000
When?
in a few weeks.
So when I tell my people, if you use your credit card Monday, pay it off Wednesday.
No, I don't. I got kids, so
I know, but I'm not you, but you're at a
Right.
different level.
Mhm.
So you talk to somebody that basically at the end of that month, guess what's gonna happen? That $2,000, they can be able to pay that. So now that 2,000 is 2,200.
no, I'm not going to spend it if I can't. Like I'll say, oh, today I'm going to buy this. So yeah, I'll send them $2,000, and you
Oh yeah,
just
you
send.
different. So I'm trying
Quit
to
saying
teach-
I'm different.
You are.
I
You
am
different.
not.
I'm gonna
Z.
say it again. You different.
He
So,
always says that about me, and he
yes.
knows I hate that. I am
Well-
so not different.
Well, she's different, y'all. Look at me. She's different. So the average person, when you spend 20, pay it back a habit, because act like this cash. Now all of a sudden, now you got $1,000 in rewards you can use. So when you use it, when I use my credit card, I pay them off in 2 or 3 days. Because what you don't want to happen is you got that balance sitting and the billing cycle close date is right there. Now all of a sudden it
Interest
looks
and
like
penalties.
you owe 2,000, but technically you don't. So just pay it. If you guys don't have that much money, because we all know that the average person is making about $20 an hour, $15 an hour. They can't.
So you're saying the medium income in Illinois is we're making $20 an hour.
a lot of people. I don't
They're
went.
not even making 20.
I done went in some places like in Orland. They making like $13 an hour right now. Still.
That's not even minimum wage.
It is per the city,
Yep.
per the city that you're in.
Well, I think different because I got one last question, and we got to get into the love part. But I think that minimum wage was for part-time workers in college because I made minimum wage, and I think minimum wage is for retired workers to help supplement their income. I don't think you should be buying a house on minimum wage.
I
It's
mean,
your
you can if you
mindset.
got.
It's
if
your
it's two
mindset.
y'all.
What
No,
do you-
I'm saying they
but
want
what
to
are you
take it
willing to
up to
sacrifice?
they want to take it up to $20 an hour, and they said people need to be able to live on it. No, that's for part-time students and part-time workers. It's not for quit looking at me like that's not true.
Because she keep forgetting that she's different. Like I'm walking and she's in a helicopter.
Right.
So
I'm
I want
with
to
you,
fly
Zodrey.
down.
I'm with you, Zodrey. You got to crawl before you walk. We here neck and
I
neck.
think
See,
we're
we
saying
both 6 feet.
different things. Okay. So while he's talking about me being different, Zodrey, I know that you have a few stores, a couple companies, a video store, a puppy salon. You do credit counseling. Why do you still work a job? See what I'm saying?
So
Who's different?
this is the thing.
It's
I've been
nothing wrong
working at
with
T-Mobile
working.
for like 13 years. Okay.
Okay.
With God help, like even last year, I was like top 20 in the nation. So medical is expensive.
It is.
Last year, my wife got a medical scare and I almost lost her.
Medical is disrespectful.
It's crazy. It's a mortgage. So I was gonna be on boss and quit, but I'm not about. I refuse to pay somebody $1,500 a month, because if you have like cheap medical insurance, they're gonna treat you differently when you go in the hospital.
You
Like-
have to pick and choose your battles wisely, right?
Right. So when my wife got sick, and we like, why are these people hospital beds inside of the in the area? It doesn't make sense. But when my wife, because of the medical insurance, she got her own separate room by herself, and it's like once it hit a certain cap, it's unlimited, so she can go to the hospital 1,000 times if she wanted.
So, and it's true. My mother's surgery, just from her surgery, was over $113,000. Just not the rehab, not the extended stay, just the surgery component.
And I love T-Mobile. I love the company. I get discount on my phone bill, not the phones. Let me tell y'all, phone bill. I got to pay full price for my iPhones.
So I get a discount on my phones too because I'm a first
She's
responder.
special. See, helicopter.
No, I like that. But I
Yeah.
do have to talk to you about something
Yeah.
because I noticed they're giving people that work for the department first responder status, and they're not first responders; they're civilians. So I don't know. I was
Oh, they
surprised to
stopping
hear
all
that.
that. No, they
No,
stopping
they
it.
just was sending over the ID. She said they sent over the ID, and I'm like, but you're not a police officer. You're not in law
Yeah.
enforcement. So they're giving them discounts too, and I'm like, well, they're not out doing what.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. I know. I'm not a hater, but I'm just like,
So yeah, that's why I still work. I only work with, I work part-time 3 days out of the week. Like I said, even though I work part-time with God help, I'm still like number one in the store. And it's been like that for 13 years.
3 days out of a week, and he was top 20 in the nation. Amazing.
That
Because
is a
people,
blessing.
my goal is to, you got to understand this. If I'm meeting people all the time, right? So I know how to get intimate with a person. If I was like, so I offer different services. So if I make a post, say, hey, who needs a cell phone through T-Mobile? They're going to trust me because I'm their life insurance guy. I'm their credit guy. I'm their puppy guy. So I can make a post and get 10 activations in one day.
He forgot that he was the only Black owner of a video game store in Illinois.
Yeah, that too.
He forgot, but I'm up here.
No, I'm
Maybe
alright.
he didn't forget and he's just humble.
But
No, it's the truth. It's not about humility. It's factual.
But this is what people don't understand. Okay, when you have stores, it's a big bill. The
Oh,
only
the
reason why I keep
overhead.
my stores open because people need jobs. Because I haven't made a lot of money. I make enough just to pay the bills. Man, you got light bill, gas bill,
Water.
Insurance, taxes.
insurance, taxes. So
Yes.
you look up, okay, I made this amount, but hold on, my profit was what, $1,000
And
that
people
year?
don't understand. I say this about Black businesses. People don't understand when you guys are looking for a discount, the overhead of a store is tremendous. That the commercial lights is not what it costs for home lights. Commercial gas is much higher than residential gas. And they don't understand, even the insurance component is much higher. They don't understand what it takes. And then you're paying employees, and then they want you to pay $20 an hour darn near for minimum wage. So, and it's a struggle. It is. It takes a lot.
And I was about to quit my job. And with God help, I didn't, because if I would have quit my job, it would have been terrible. When she hit that hospital, it would have messed me up, because you got to be mindful of who you talk to, because everybody's saying be your own boss, but a lot of people that was telling me to be my own boss, they were struggling.
I just talked about this not too long ago because there's a stigma between being a business owner and working. People don't think they don't think you're supposed to do both.
So you have to do what's best for you.
You absolutely do.
Each situation is different. I'm one of the ones that won't tell anyone to leave their job, leave their husbands, or what to do with your children. Each situation is for you. And if you have a relationship with God, He'll guide you through. And your journey is different than mine. Your prescription that He gives you, your set of instructions that He gives you may be different than mine. And I've learned each child is different. So I subscribe to that. I will support whoever through whatever, but I don't tell people to leave their jobs and stuff like that. So for those that are watching, Zodrey, tell your listeners to call us at 708-223-8953. We're going to pop on with a quick question. Do you guys, and Zodrey, you can tell, you can answer this. Do you snoop through your wife's phone, and do she go through your phone?
No.
This is the love question. It isn't part of the interview, guys.
Yeah, no.
That's
It's
a
like,
random
no.
question.
That's just because this is why it's not a good idea to do that, right? Because she may have intimate conversation with her mother, or she may have, we all know, we talk to our mother, our brothers, our sisters about certain things, right? So your spouse make you mad, she might text her mother, I'm tired of this, I'm about to leave. So you may see something like that. So I just feel like no, I don't do it.
Listeners, what do you think? My philosophy is, if I have to snoop, first of all, it's against the law. There's an eavesdropping law. You can get up to 5 years. It's 250 grand. So going through people's phones, social media, other electronic communications, emails, ladies, you need to cut that out. You're going to end up in jail. If he makes a report and persists, it's a federal law not to do it. There's an eavesdropping law.
For real?
Absolutely. It's a ECPA. It's a law. You cannot do those things. You should not. It's a violation of privacy. And then there's boundaries. Even when you're married or you have a significant other, there's boundaries. You have a right to be an individual. And what I say to my sister and what my sister says to me or what my friend shares with me, if she wanted you to know, she would included you on the text. That's none of your business.
But let's
You
get
seem
deep.
very passionate about that.
Because I don't play those games. I've seen that, and I had one fool when I was, in college do that. How dare you? I don't pick up anybody's phone because you'll have a nervous breakdown picking up mine. I don't go through anybody's anything. So and it's against the law. It's unlawful. It's such a violation of privacy. It's crossing boundaries and it's disrespectful, in my opinion. Viewers, what do you think?
Well, this is what's deep about it, right? First off, how you gonna get their password? Because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna know their password.
Oh, they
anyway.
get passwords. They're putting this software on your phone. All you need to do is be next to someone's phone for a few minutes. They get everything you get. When it comes to a determined woman, she will get everything women are something else.
Well, that's a different level. I don't know nothing about that. I just know that the people that I know, they significant other don't have their password. They significant other not even on their phone bill as authorized user. They can't even go on the phone bill to touch anything. So in my situation, I can't speak for nobody but myself. My wife has to have my password because
That's
my
your
wife. Okay, I've been married for 13 years. She don't work, but she work with my kids. She's that job.
Stay-at-home mom.
Oh my
Yes.
God, that's tough. So she has to have the password to my phone. If something happened to me, how she gonna be able to get to my bank information if she don't know my lock code to my phone? So in my household, she have to, and I know her password too, but I don't
mind. My password is his birthday. I don't mind you having the password. Do not pick up my phone and I won't pick up yours. I just feel like there's boundaries and there's natural respect. And if Lexi's texting me something personal, I'm her friend. If she wanted him to know, she would have included him in the text. I just think things like that, people have the right for the expectation of privacy when I'm texting my friend, my sister, my daughter, my son. My children also have the password and my sister to my phone. It's not, it's hopefully my sister gets a hold of my phone and, not the kids or, but you get what I'm saying. I just think it's a personal thing.
And you got me thinking, she got me thinking. That's another reason why you shouldn't go through a person's phone. Because say if my friend Jerome, right? He texts me and say, "Man, I just found I got AIDS."
Exactly.
Now you like, man, Jerome got AIDS. You get what I'm saying? Or because there's a lot of stuff going around like that.
Well, even if she says
it's a
wild text,
that was a wild. But wait, we
got a phone call.
We got a listener that said, "Why even be in a relationship? That's no boundaries. That's not a relationship because there's no trust there." Vince said that
it's not even about so much trust. It's you're invading my space. You have the right to have space, even in a marriage and in a relationship. So, what do you think, Lexi?
It's illegal, guys. Don't do it.
Shavana.
No, honestly, I'll be honest. The last time I went through a phone, I went I went to a very dark space in my life, and I think it was more so just trying to confirm some things, but instead I should have just listened to my intuition at that time. But today you couldn't pay me to go through somebody's phone. No,
I think we all probably crossed boundaries when we were younger.
In my phone, I'm not open to have my phone gone through, I guess, because there's a lot of things in there that just do not pertain to personal people. It's business information in there. It's client, my conversations, are personal. Sometimes people tell me things that, that's between me and them, and it's not on a inappropriate aspect. It's just on a private aspect. It's personal. So yes, you have to have those boundaries. So I mean, I wouldn't say there's anything to hide, but it's mine. It's like my diary.
What do you think, Shavana?
I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, if my phone is there, if you feel the need to go through it, go through it. As a matter of fact, answer it, because I answer the phone all day. So
Well, you can answer the phone if
so
I'll say get
but
the phone if I'm in the bathroom.
but I'm like Zodrey in a sense. Like prime example, in January I got sick. Well, here's my phone. Jazz, you need to call these people. Like, depending on how sick I am, I can't give you a
Well,
password.
well, listen.
So
If
you
I
get what
s-
I'm saying? Like,
I said it was his birthday, so if he has the phone, you at the hospital with me, you have the phone. There's nothing in there to hide. You just shouldn't be going through reading anything that's not applicable to you. I have relationships with my aunt, my uncle. I have great relationships with my mom. The things they share, we have a caller, I think perhaps 708
Phones are ringing.
223 Right.
I mean, I guess if it's for something that's important, like God
We have
forbid,
a caller.
We do have a caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling
Hey
from?
everybody, this is Crystal. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Hey, Crystal, we
Crystal.
miss you.
Yeah, I texted you guys to tell you that I wasn't going to be able to make it, but I saw that it didn't deliver, so I'm not sure if you guys received it. But I like the question, and my thing is, what do you do when you find out that someone has gone through your phone and violated your privacy? Do you think that it is best to, just maybe, especially if the relationship isn't, even if it is strong, and the person finds some stuff out? I mean, they're going to keep going through your phone. So how do you think that you go about handling once that person has actually gone through your phone and violated your privacy?
That's a great question. And I believe if someone goes through your phone, you were already in a place where you needed attention. You needed medical attention, per se, for the lack of a better term. The relationship needed some attention and some redirection. And going through people's things, when I reflect back, can be addictive. The more you see, the more you want to know. And if you're with someone that does that, it's time to reevaluate and reassess.
they got too much time on their hands for
Well, no,
one.
they got too much insecurity.
Shar is giving us all a gem today. I'm calling the police. Don't touch my phone. It's
You going
illegal.
to
It's a
jail.
crime. You're
It's up
going
to
down, buddy.
listen.
And I can see you being persistent. I can
Yes.
see you the one.
Illegal.
Yes, I can see her showing up in court. She's gonna press charges.
With my best briefcase.
I can see
going
you
down.
doing all of that. I promise you, I can.
It's disrespectful. It's an invasion of privacy. And why put yourself on the line to go to be jailed for up to 5 years?
Because they ain't never been to jail and it's someplace new. And you said the federal. Federal is different from
Baby.
state. So they may just very well want to go to the federal instead of the state jail.
Crystal, my response would be you really need to do a self-analysis, because I always do that first whenever there is a situation, even in the relationship. Then you need to do an analysis on who you're with, and be honest, because sometimes we're not honest. We excuse things away. You need to be brutally honest and assess whether or not we're gonna go further.
I think this.
Everybody I know who are in those situations, and if that person keeps going through that phone and they keep finding out some stuff and some information. So it's like when you find out something that you don't like about a situation and you go back to it, whether you admit it or not, you are saying that it's okay to do that. So 8.5 times out of 10, the person may like you, they may love you, but they don't love you enough to sacrifice their happiness.
The relationship is sick, and the person needs to get some help, because that's a cycle now. You have someone who's continuously doing something that they know they shouldn't in a relationship. You have someone who's going through their phone and violating policy. And then you have someone, then the relationship is, it's distressed. So
Yeah.
I would say in the relationship, start anew, go to counseling, and, check us out on Saturdays for the love component.
I think this is a great discussion. We definitely want to thank our guests for coming in today. Zodrey, can you please let our listeners know where they can get in contact with you?
Well, social media, Facebook, Zodrey Pickens. Phone number is 708-953-0960. Once again, it's 708-953-0960. you guys need anything.
And this is Shar Unlocked. We have an upcoming class that's going to be spectacular for real estate and business professionals. We'll keep you abreast next Saturday. It's going to be Crystal with, what is it, Prime Investments, Crystal?
Power Circle Investment.
I'm sorry, Power Circle Investments. So we're going to do a joint effort. You can find me on all social media platforms under The Shar Lewis. Any questions, concerns? 312-937-6227. I'll see you next Saturday.
Hey, it's me, the Financial Fam. You can find me at 312-837-7219 or www.anointedaccountIng.com. And I am across all social media platforms at Anointed Accounting.
And it's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture. You can find me on social media at CEO Lexi Couture, Facebook, Alexis Arce, or go to my website, www.couturemusicmgmt.com. Reminder, next week, make sure you tune in. We'll be joined with Melinda Price of Trey Bella Nail Spa and Shartia Lewis of the Love Alliance. We do want to thank you for tuning into the Super Businesswoman Show here on Intellectual Radio. We'll see you next Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Bye-bye.
See you ladies later. Have a good day, guys.
See you later.
Do
Bye-bye.
ya? Do ya?
She could've gone.
Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Do you think of me? Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Do you think of me? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me?